So something pretty amazing has finally happened with Niantic and Pokemon Go. Alright guys, so here's the deal. We decided to do a new type of giveaway, especially with the holidays right around the corner. First off, what we're giving away, Amazon gift cards, $50 values. Now here's how it's going to work. With all the different situations going on with the phones and everything else and the new releases and so on, let us know down in the comments what kind of phone you have. Is it an Apple or is it an Android? Now we're going to be doing a poll of this, and then we're going to choose a winner from one of the people who commented for the winning phone. So if there's more Androids than iPhones, then we're going to take one person randomly from the Android pool and vice versa with the iPhone pool. Now, make sure you're a subscriber. Also, do us a favor, make sure you hit that like button and hit that little bell for the notifications so you can keep an eye on this to see if you're a winner or not. Now, if you're a hardcore Pokemon fan, then you've noticed that Niantic has decided to do something lately that they have absolutely and not in code this time, either, but actual fact, full detailed sentences for once. Kind of amazing. I wasn't even sure they were actually capable of doing that. I assumed it was a bunch of robots. Now, most of the time, Niantic speaks in cryptic blog posts and vague patch notes that make little to no sense. In fact, most we know comes from either the day something gets released or data miners for that matter. Niantic went on to finally publish a 650-word developer insight, and for them that's a lot, that went on to a lot of different detail in the upcoming changes to normal EX raids and normal raids, and that'll finally take the EX system out of beta and make a lot of tweaks to both of them. Now, hell, they even explained why they're making these changes. A lot of developers for years have been doing this in their own ways. However, Niantic has always had a CIA-type lockdown on the info pretty much since the start. So with all that being said, here's what they're saying about the location changes for the EX raids. Now, this is what Niantic is saying, not me. It says, we also want to address some feedback we received about the timing and locations of the EX raid battles. First, we're taking popular raid battle times and gyms and where the EX raid battle is taking place into account to help ensure many of the people who are invited will be able to participate. The reason we decided to have EX raid battles primarily take place at gyms located in parks and at sponsored locations is to ensure that locations are easily accessible to trainers in the area. Over time, we'll explore hosting EX raid battles at more locations, but we want to first make sure the locations are easily accessible. Basically, what that means is a lot of them took places at airports and all types of crazy places that weren't accessible. Also, in certain areas, there is nothing like that. So, it's very, very difficult for some people to be able to do anything. So, that's pretty cool news since the EX locations were pretty bad in the first place. The way they handle events. Now, the ways they used to do it is they release an event, okay, do this, that, double this, extra this, or whatever. It was kind of, it was okay, but it was nothing really great. So what they decided to do this time is they did a global call out for everybody to reach 3 billion Pokemon catches. Now, it sounds like an impossible challenge, and I kind of figured it would be faked or something like that, and I'm still not convinced it wasn't fake, to be honest. But Niantic, can't even say the words anymore. Niantic's taken steps to kind of update their social media with the stats and so on for the 3 billion throughout the entire situation. And they've actually shown that we've hit the 3 billion mark. At first, listen, when the stats first came out, it looked definitely like there was no way in hell that people were actually going to be able to hit the 3 billion mark. Usually things start out strong and end kind of weak with most challenges like this in any other game. This one kind of started weak and ended strong, which kind of makes me think that, I just didn't see any, because here's what happens. You hit the 3 billion, Farfetch'd is released to everybody and anybody can catch it out in the wild. I think that if they didn't hit the 3 billion, they still would have done it anyway. That's kind of why I think it was faked, because I think the amount of flack they would have gotten for saying, okay, well, we're going to give you this if you do this, and then it doesn't happen, and then they don't do it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing that happen at all. Now, the great thing about all of this is that people like goals. It's just true. And by giving a worldwide goal like this, it makes people actually want to participate even more. It's something that you can be a part of. People like doing it. It's kind of an overall situation. It's something that they're a part of that's global. It's not just a localized type thing. It's actually kind of amazing. It was pretty smart, and I can't believe it took them this long to actually do it. Games like this, there's not a whole lot of precedent set, so it's kind of hard for them to be able to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what might work. Now, again, with all that being said, supposedly next month or very soon, not even a month from now, Generation 3 will be released to the public. Now, they have not come out and said they're actually doing that. People like to go and say, oh, well, it's getting released in December 3 and da-da-da-da, or December sometime. Listen, nobody knows that for sure. Give me a break, okay? If you did, well, then you would on YouTube, because you can just kind of spout off a whole bunch of nonsensical facts and actually get a whole bunch of subs. But I digress. So, I mean, with all that being said, it's kind of difficult for me to go and say, hey, you know what? Generation 3 is definitely around the corner. But with all that also being said, it's definitely somewhere close. Maybe not December, maybe January. I doubt it'll go any farther than that because, well, it would be a detriment to them themselves. It wouldn't be the very, because there's really nothing else coming up. I mean, we had this event, and then we're going to have, the Christmas one, which was a complete bomb last year. I mean, the Christmas event was the biggest, just junk pile I've ever seen. And then right after that, of course, we had that crappy Valentine's Day one. Everybody remembers the Blissey World. And then right after that, we had Generation. By far the lamest generation in all of Pokemon. I hate it. I cannot wait to get to Generation 3, where there's actually some cool Pokemon going on. Anyway, guys, I'll let you go with that. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving or holiday, if that's what you celebrate. And I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe and like button. Bye-bye.